What is going on? This is supposed to just be a video game.
I wanted that notoriety. I wanted to be feared.
I don't know how you would go about even finding someone who is essentially a myth.
Hi, Madge. How you doing? I need to turn this down. Let me know if this is too loud.
This mysterious group.
There he is. He lives and breathes.
He was this absolutely normal
Gotta turn that
dude
down a little bit.
living a normal life, and his goals were beyond your understanding.
Hi, Akonai. How you doing? This thing that they've been showing. So I'm watching the GameStop presentation for the PC gaming show, and like they've been showing this thing about a World of Warcraft and this guy who, this notorious guy who like was really good at killing a bunch of players and griefing them in World of Warcraft. And like the way they were presenting it was like a crime documentary. It's fucking hilarious. So there's 2 minutes left. Okay.
I still got 4 minutes. Do you want to go back?
I'm not interested in World of Warcraft, and I know about all the stuff related to it because I had brothers who played it all the time. But this documentary style thing that they were presenting was fucking hilarious. It was good. So it was, I wasn't interested in streaming the Xbox thing. I just watched it on Johnny's server, but they showed some like really cool stuff during the like Microsoft Bethesda, like the Xbox thing presentation. So 2 things that I'm interested in is that Wolong game by Koei Tecmo, which I thought was like another Neo game at first. That looks really cool, and of course they ported a bunch of, they finally did the Persona games PC ports, at least for 3, 4, well, Golden, and then like Persona 5 Royal. It's through Game Pass, I think. I'm not sure. It just says it's for Windows, so I don't know if you have to like, I don't really know. I'm so used to playing PC games on Steam that I don't know how like the Microsoft shit works. Like if you just need a, like you have to just go to the Microsoft store and like get the game through that. Cause that's actually how it used to be before Steam was like a big thing. Cause I remember playing PC games like stuff that Capcom made before like I got into Steam, and then you just have to like log into Microsoft's thing.
Get ready because the 2022 PC gaming
So
show
hopefully
kicks off
Steam is later since Golden is on there. Yeah, hopefully they, I know why they're doing it, because they need to promote the Xbox to the Japanese crowd. Because like a big issue they have with like the Japanese market is trying to get the Xbox to sell. That's been an issue for a long time, like even way back. Like it's just trying to bust into that PC the Xbox market in Japan, so they gotta like do things to kind of like help, you know, push it to players and be like, oh, I mean, I'm guessing like this was shown for like the English versions of Persona games, but I'm guessing maybe they did it for Japan too. I don't know. I haven't seen a Japanese announcement yet, so I don't know. Turn myself around a little bit. There we go.
Hey everyone, welcome to the PC Gaming Show 2022. I'm Day 9.
So I'm not really expecting much from this. I'm just here to watch. So, you know, it's PC games. It's the thing that I own. So I moved to PC gaming mostly, you know, for the next generation. Not interested in PS5 or new Xbox. So at least it'll be on a platform that I can play the games on, so I have no interest in these fucking builds that they try to promote. Last time they did this, they had a computer that looked like a fucking, I don't know what it was. It had like a really crazy looking case on it. Time to pog at CG trailers with zero gameplay. Yeah, we'll see how it is. Will it be better than Summer Games Fest, I wonder? Are we actually gonna get like a variety of games, or is it gonna be fucking space themed again? They did say that they were gonna show a bunch of trailers that hasn't been seen before on like the schedule thing for this, so. How come PS5 and Xbox both have no games for winter 2022? I haven't paid attention.
Alright, so you're telling
I don't know. I don't really like keep up with like release like seasonal type stuff. I mean, because there's like so many games coming out that like I don't even pay attention to. Oh no, there's nothing coming out for winter. So don't know why all the game devs teamed up to make space horror survival shooters. Someone said it was like based on the trend. As long as you get to play Stray on the new service. Yeah, I'm interested in Stray, the cat game. Oh, we already have something new here. Modus Games. Ooh. Well, this is something I haven't seen before. For some reason, the character has a very nice, Pirates of the Dark Water kind of vibe to him. Doesn't have elf ears though, but this. Monsters. New Japanese ARPG, perhaps? Well, it looks like a Japanese ARPG, but it might be by an English dev. I don't know. Persona's on Game Pass, not just Xbox and PC. Yeah. Which is cool. Is this actually like a Western dev that's doing this game? Kind of looks like a female Cloud.
I always will be. As long as we are together, we're not going down.
I thought, I didn't realize that was a female character, by the way, chat. I thought it was a because it looked like I don't know, it had like a, you know, a JRPG protagonist vibe. And so I was like, oh, yeah. Whoa. Oh, Solstice. You know what? I did hear about this, but I haven't seen any footage of it yet. It looks interesting, at least. Yeah, I didn't realize it was a female character. I was like, oh, yeah. They look kind of Link-esque. Like Cloud or Link-esque. So I thought it was a dude. I'm so used to playing, like, Japanese games that you can understand the confusion with the protagonist. It doesn't matter at this point, though. It's fine either way. Let's see, we got a beat-em-up game here with a cute art style. You know, it's funny. This might, if this is engaging enough, I won't even have to touch SMT. I've got it booted up, but just in case there's any like Krang, but Rotwood? Wait a minute, early access, did that change to whenever? It said like 2023 and then there was a question mark. I could have swore. So it's like, I guess it's just whenever it comes out. Can probably play during interviews, yeah. Those are when the Krang happen. Well, here's the thing. Since this is PC, I don't expect as much Krang as like... It's such a fucking shame that I have to say this because I used to be a fan of like PlayStation. I was someone who like grew up with well, you know, PlayStation was like my console choice over like Xbox or anything, but like now anytime like Sony is involved in anything, you know there's gonna be fucking Krang. So it's just like, at least with this is just, you know, PC games, no console exclusive shit. PS5 or anything like that. No Last of Us remake or whatever to worry about. See, Mark of the Ninja and Shank were really cool games at the time. Jackal, why didn't you play a superior game like Slay the Spire? I've considered it, but it's not something I would stream. I would play that on my own. I like card games, so like I know I'd actually be good at it, but it's just I have too much to play.
You just saw Tactical Breach Wizards, a turn-based
As long as
game
it was
of
dragged
sorcery
out
and
skits.
SWAT team strategy
Man, I
from
kind
the
speaking
makers
of which, I kind of
Gunpoint
wish I was
and
streaming during the
Signature. My
Devolver
strategy
conference.
personally is very simple.
Because, like,
Breach,
I
bang,
don't care
clear,
how
bang,
over the
missile,
top they get.
dramatic
Fucking
flourish,
Suda51 was in there.
cadaver.
They brought
it?
Suda in
Cadaver.
just for the sake of it, like, to be in the
There's no
mech, and it was the
solution to
best
age-old
thing.
problem of not having time to read and play video games.
And they actually
Just
showed
do
decent
both at the
games.
same time,
So-
obviously. Star Wars Industries has you covered with their sci-fi thriller inspired by Stanislaw Lem's novel, The Invincible. So here's your first look at the first ever...
Devolver always balances on the line of insanely funny and cringe. Yeah, I think it's the awareness. I mean, you either get that, or you get, like, people huffing their own farts on stage, so take your pick. Never seen a Devolver showcase? Oh my god, please. You have to watch all of them. Watch, if you can look them up on YouTube or something, please watch all of them in order. You've got to. It's like watching a series of episodes of, like... It's good shit. I don't care if people hate it. Like...
You're not gonna like this part.
The Invincible. More space game. So I watched, like I said, I watched the Microsoft thing I was watching on Johnny's server. They showed Starfield, by the way. It felt it looked cool. I'm not, like, big into Bethesda games or anything. It looked really cool. It looked like Space Fallout, though, mixed with, like, a little of, like, new Elder Scrolls.
The radiation
So,
level is growing rapidly. It's starting to get interesting.
You know, definitely don't... The only issue with, like, Bethesda games is they have a bad reputation of, like, upon a release they are incredibly, like, they end up having, depending on what platform you're playing it on, they end up having some really bad bugs and glitches, so it's always good to, like, kind of wait on them. Baby Space Horseshoe, is this a space game, by the way? I just realized. Are we gonna get more space? Like I said, someone mentioned to me it's because of the trending. They see like a trend, sort of like market trends for games, and then they develop, like some devs do it based on that. This is another horror space game, looks like. AAA Western RPG games are just kind of tiresome. Yeah, that's why I don't touch them. I don't touch a lot of JRPGs though either, because JRPGs can be extremely cookie cutter as well. So you just gotta like you gotta pick and choose. That's actually why I like SMT though, is because it kind of is counter JRPG in a way, like of the typical stuff. Persona does not help, but it's still different enough to not be fantasy JRPG shit.
That's a good question.
Don't you know? It's the future. We must play space game. Only space game. Can't wait for the wave of Elden Ring trend chasing games. Well, I mean, Elden Ring is just open world plus Souls, so that already exists.
With a beam of antimatter.
So people would just be making more Souls-likes, but open world, and I don't know. People are already making open world games that have like that lack content. So they all better have discount shed eaters. Let's see, you like branching story and shoot, but get bored if they're just your standard authoritarian and anarchy side ending and story, which is a common theme during this time period. Like, well, actually, it's that and like the post-apocalyptic stuff that you tend to get a lot of games of lately.
Can you continue?
Yes. better now.
I don't want to be cynical, but
Actually, there's nothing here I haven't seen before.
did they show anything,
There are
chat?
metal bushes that run near the camp.
What the fuck was the first thing that? Oh, that Solstice game looked pretty good, Johnny. Look that up if you missed it. Other than that, not much. They showed like some indie stuff, and then we have space horror once again. So.
This robot looks like it has started its task and got stuck.
I don't mean to like. The thing is I love sci-fi games, but people just keep making the same kind of shit though. This does look interesting, but like, now it's either post-apocalyptic, zombo game, cyberpunk game, or space horror game right now. So, Don't Starve plus Castle Crashers with no release date. Oh, the Wood Rot or whatever it was. The Wholesome Direct had me more glued to it. Yeah, Wholesome Direct had a lot of interesting games. I didn't watch it, but I had a bunch of people like suggest games. So, Creatively Dead, yeah, beating a dead horse kind of genres, basically. A zombie genre. I'm surprised people are still making zombie games, like with the same typical zombies too, and not even anything like new or interesting. Like, I guess there's still a market for it. I don't fucking know. Oh, so this was The Invincible. Okay, I thought The Invincible was a different game, so they were showing footage of it. Beating the zombie horse. Yes.
Dungeon to prove that chivalry isn't dead. If you think I emphasize those words weirdly,
Boy, we got
you're right.
fantasy game
And it'll all
here.
make sense momentarily when you see these next 4 games, especially when you hear from our friends at Tripwire Interactive. Roll that beautiful footage.
You? Nah.
Sega.
You don't have what it takes.
Sega.
You'll be back here too scared to try again.
But then again, Sega's been publishing a lot of like random shit, haven't they?
Way tougher than you look. We got the
Got cowboy robots? Oh, more space. More space, guys. Sega jump scare. Let's see. Only space game I remember so far is the Callisto Protocol because the game's actually pretty interesting. Darktide, Warhammer Darktide. Oh, we have a top-down twin stick. Yep. Did they show this already? Did they not show this in the Summer Games Fest? I feel like I've seen so many games that look the same. They kind of just blend in. So if it's not like an RTS, it's like top-down real-time strategy game. It's like top-down twin stick shooter. Let's see. Want Resident Evil 1 zombies come back again, slow and groaning grandpa types instead of animalistic runners that screech. Yeah, I think a lot of people liked, they get that from, was it 28 Days Later was what they, I'm pretty sure what inspired the running zombies.
F1 Manager 2022, the ultimate F1 simulation.
Oh boy, another top-down isometric twin-stick shooter. Yeah, it's set in space. Thing is like, I like the genre, and I really need to get back to the Ascent because I feel like the Ascent was pretty, like taking Cyberpunk and mixing it with like a twin-stick shooter. I like the style of it, but it's just, there's so many, right?
Plan tire stints for each driver.
Let's see, surprised there's no Resident Evil game yet that takes place in space. I mean, let me see. Well, that's what Dead Space kind of was, even though it was not a Resident Evil or by Capcom, because a lot of people would compare Dead Space, at least the first one, to like Resident Evil 4 in space. So that would be your Resident Evil in space. Let's see, one of the game design school projects was a twin stick shooter in told my instructor, how do you expect me to test play this without
Optimize your finances
sucking
to
hard?
keep
I
you
have
happy.
palsy.
Improve
Oh
and
yeah,
maintain your
that
facilities with
sucks.
talent from F2
Wasn't that just
and
Dino
F3
Crisis 2? Yeah,
to
wasn't
ensure
that
future
Crisis that
success.
took place in space?
They say knowledge is
One of them
power,
did.
and keeping a close eye on a plethora of realistic data
I'm trying
will
to think
help
of
give
another
you
one.
the
They
edge.
really don't.
From the finer details of how car parts
There's
affect
more
overall
unique stuff
performance
that they can
to a
do with
truck's
space
expected grip
horror.
level to the condition
I'm
of your wind
thinking.
tunnel. How you analyze
Dino
the data
Crisis
will
is just
choose to
Ari in
spend your
space. Yeah,
resources
I
on
didn't
the
play the
rate
second
or
one,
break
so
your progress.
it went a
You'll
little
find
out
depth and
there.
detail and
And
abundance,
then they had
even
the
down to
fucking
real-world teen radio messages
I have
between
the
drivers
light
and
gun game
engineers,
that they
race
made for
commentary
Dino
David
Crisis
Croft
called
and Brian
Dino Stalker. It is the most
Broadcast
dreadful
style
shit that I've ever
presentation
played. I think
showcases 2022
ABGN
striking new car
even
design
made a
with
video
thrilling
like
track
shitting on it because of how bad it was. He made a video kind of shitting on Ari Survivor, which is Resident Evil light gun game on the PS1, but Survivor I actually enjoyed a lot. It's got a lot of like jank, but it's part of its charm, and at least it's fucking playable. Like Dino Stalker's awful to play, especially like if you're actually using a light gun. So Ari in space would be too wacky even for Ari. I wouldn't say that actually. Like people say. It's kind of like that thing where people say, like, when it came to Village, they said, like, you know, when the topic, like, vampires and werewolves would come up, they thought that was a little too out there for Resident Evil, but no, the thing is the Resident kind of follows our timeline in a way, except it would be our timeline plus if science was more advanced and pharmaceutical, like the medical industry and stuff was more advanced, so they could do that. Like they have the technology to go into space and have like an outbreak happen on a ship or something. Like they're far enough. Isn't Ari in space just Dead Space? Yeah, that's what I brought up. They have the technology now. I mean, or even back then, a few games back, they would have had the technology to have an incident in space. You know what I'd like to see from games? Games that take place, here's the thing, we got a lot of modern, if it's not like fantasy medieval games, we have a ton of games that take place in modern day or like a post-apocalyptic scenario, cyberpunk or whatever. How about we get more games, and I know they exist, but more games in like previous time periods, but mixed with a genre that doesn't normally use that time period. I'm talking about stuff like, one thing that comes to mind is like, since we're talking about survival horror, is Onimusha, where they took like the Sengoku time period and mix it with horror and demons and things like. Well, you're gonna have demons in a Japanese game like that, but mix it with horror or another genre that you don't normally see with that time period, or what the gangster era, like the 20s and 30s of the US. Mix that with like demons or horror or sci-fi or some sort of shit like that. So you remember From Software made a PS2 puzzle dungeon crawling game in space. Forgot what it's called. I have not heard that. I'm aware of some of their other dungeon crawling games, but I'm not aware of one that takes place in space, so I'll have to look that up. Caveman horror? Wouldn't that be Ark? Except not horror.
Let's enjoy the trailer.
Yeah, people need to like take more risk. Well, indie devs take more risk, right? Indie devs are willing to experiment, but the bigger game developers aren't as willing to experiment. Like they chase the trends.
But only one will get the paycheck. Do whatever it takes, and be careful out there.
Try your best. Let's see if it's enough.
I haven't been paying attention a lot. Let's see, debatably, we already live in the post-apocalyptic hellscape we anticipated. It's just less climatic. Yeah, it's more boring. Actually, how about virtual reality horror? How about some Lawnmower Man shit? Like, I want to see an actual good Lawnmower Man type game, right? That's horror in virtual reality. I love that movie, but it got memed. I don't know, it's like, it's so weird that it got like memed a lot, and the whatever games that were made for Lawnmower Man are just like fucking dreadful. Do you archive VODs? Yeah, I do. The ones that I do for events, like I put I think I put State of Play and then the Summer Games Fest up like pretty recently. So this one will go out. You found that emo. I hit it. I didn't say that I added it, by the way. No, this'll probably go up pretty soon, so yeah. I didn't even bother to like edit out anything in the last VOD either. I was just fuck it. It's going on the channel that's not monetized anyways, so I don't worry about copyright strikes or anything like that. Let's see, found the FromSoft games called Echo Night Beyond. It's not a survival game, but spooky. I'll have to look into that. I'm always interested in like some of the older stuff that FromSoft Software has done.
But you know, yours may be different, but you know, somehow I doubt it. This year, we've partnered with the PC builders at iBuyPower to bring a
I'm gonna finish
dream to life. My dream PC.
I'm good. I have my PC that I put together. They're like,
but very good news for one of you.
I don't like those fucking gaudy. I hate the like. I know some people are into it. That's fine. I don't like the gaudy PC builds with the fucking like rainbow colors and shit. I have like what red. My fans emit a red color, and that's pretty much. I think my my memory cards emit color too. My memory sticks, but that's about it. It doesn't look like. It's not like I'm gonna have anyone fucking visit me. Like, why would you have something that looks like that? That looks fucking amazing. That's gaudy as shit and it is blasted in the fucking rainbow colors. But like, if you're someone like me, where like you don't have anyone visit you at the home, it's just like who you gonna show that to? Who you gonna like? Yeah. Who you gonna stroke your ego to that you fucking own a PC like that? Nobody. You can take pictures and put them online, but like. Would you want a real Algami bus? But he also has RGB lights all over his body. I would do, oh my god, yeah. I actually wish I had added RGB lights to this Algami here because that would have been great. I might actually do that for the map. Makes your room more gamery. Yeah, if you want to immerse yourself. I also tend to sleep in my gamer room though, because I have a futon that I'm actually sitting on right now, and oh my god, like the fucking the PC lights. Thing is like my husband is stationed in the bedroom where we have our like actual bed. And he has more of the gamer PC that has like the flashing, different color flashing lights, and I have to like cover it somehow. I have to like obscure the light from it because it's really obnoxious. And trying to sleep, Velvet Room Limo and with RGB, yeah. I'm gonna add, I'll add RGB lights to him.
More about this gear feature today over at iBuyPower.com, but I know what you really want to know.
Yeah, I just have red lights on mine though. That's good enough for me. The red lighting is not very, doesn't stand out that much. You prefer function over form? If anything, RGB hardware is distracting. Yeah, it depends on who you are. I can't do like the rainbow lights or anything like that.
Also comes with some very swish monitors as well as the eligibility.
My husband is stationed in the bedroom. Yeah, I actually had to move him though because he has his gaming setup in there in the bedroom, and he used to be. Thing is I'm in my gaming room here with all my shit, and then his desk used to be like right outside the door, like. There's like a corner, there's a wall or whatever in corner. Okay, so they showed this during the Microsoft presentation, by the way, which I have some interest in it. It does seem pretty cool, Flintlock. Anyways, he was outside of the door, and he likes to stream and play games very loudly, and also beat his keyboard when he gets angry at games. Like a gamer girl, but it was like I was like, hey, why don't we like why don't we like rearrange stuff in the bedroom, take some stuff out, and then we can put your desk in the bedroom, and you can have like privacy in there if you want. You can have like you can be as loud as you want, and do whatever in the bedroom, and you could even like close the door because he was out in a hallway with his like PC setup and stuff, and I was like, you know, I just negotiated to have him in the bedroom. That way there's like more space between us when we're both like doing gaming and like on mic and everything, and that way when he's yelling at people in fucking Heroes of the Storm, I don't have to hear it. When he's getting pissed at like video games, I don't have to hear it. He's actually a really nice guy. That's what that World of Warcraft thing that they showed before this, talking about the dude who was a major griefer in World of Warcraft, but it like in actuality the dude was like, you know, a normal guy. The dude was actually kind of a nice guy, like a pretty average like nice guy, but like on World of Warcraft he was like fucking brutal. My husband, it reminded me of my husband because like from the way he sounds when he's playing games, he's like, he gets very angry and salty and shit. He gets
PC Gaming Show. I'm Derek Bradley, the CEO.
He yells at people, gets really pissed, and sometimes I think when he used to play Warzone, he would beat his keyboard. But like outside of that, like he's very quiet and he's a very nice guy, but the gamer rage just like takes him over somehow. And it's just funny. So I keep thinking, how do those people think of him online? They must think he's like a dick or something. But he's actually a really nice guy. That's why I thought the World of Warcraft griefer thing was funny as fuck.
Her fox-like companion Inky brings magic to the battlefield. You will have to master a combination of
becoming a gamer is a scary thing. They should make a horror game out of that.
Magical powers to disrupt enemies. We can't wait to show you more of Flintlock before it's released next year. Head over to our socials for more info, and don't forget to wishlist now on Steam and Epic Game Store.
Yeah, Flintlock actually looks good. I might just sort of wait and see. I'm not familiar with the dev and what sort of reputation they have, so I would probably like wait first after it comes out to see what the reception is and maybe give it a try.
If you look back on high school and think, you know, those 4 years would have been better if I was fighting literal demons, you're definitely going to want to study up on
fighting literal demons. That's what I'm doing right now on SMT1.
Chug your health potions now because there is so much more PC Gaming Show coming your way. Before we go, the folks at Compass Data Centers have a little quiz for you. How much higher is 5G's data capacity compared to current 4G networks? Scan this QR code and answer the question for a chance to win $500 worth.
You wait for Benny to play it? Did he express any interest in Flintlock at all? I'm not sure. Zelix says, I can't never scream at people online. Like, if I'm fucking pissed, I'll be like yelling inside. Yeah, I don't, if I get salty about something or angry, I don't know, it takes a lot for me to get angry. You have to really do something horrendous for me to get angry. I can get pissed, but it's a silent, like, I'm silently angry. I don't know. You won't see me get angry. I keep it in, which is not good. Let's see, you know what's funny? You just exchange your SIM card and switch to 4G after like 4 or so years. I think I did that to one of my phones. Like, I used one of my phones until they forced me to get a new phone because they were switching to 5G. So I had to get a new phone recently, which was free, thankfully, but
in a good way. This is a really big moment for this year's
show. We're all fighting demons in jail. Yeah. What if we are the demons? Is this another space game? Is this another Frostpunk, huh? I swear if this is another space war, guys. I mean, it's not a bad thing if something taking place, like, you know, we're in the future age, so I guess it's expected to have stuff that would have technology, right? Is this Callisto? This might actually be Callisto. Because he's waking up, It said world premiere. Callisto had that very alien look to it. Let's see what this is. There is an actual alien game. Uh-oh. Clones? Wait, are they all clones? What could this be? Okay, this could actually be interesting because, I know it exists in certain science fiction games, but, like, playing around with the idea of clones... Where's this space game about personal space? What the fuck is this? What the fuck? Is this like some Dark City shit? Okay, this is definitely something I've not seen for Alters. Weird. But they didn't show any. I'd have to see some gameplay first. What the fuck? I need you to become 5 guys for me. Okay. Technically not in space.
Joining us now to talk about what we just saw.
Yeah, I want to know what the fuck that was. Probably a game where you're the last surviving dude on a colony who has to clone himself over and over to keep shit running and survive. That's actually a cool idea, so I am interested in this. Finally, something that.
Well, first of all, these guys were not exactly the clones. We saw Jan, our main character, who's traveling with a group of the Alters, who are the alternative versions of the same person.
Ooh,
and they are
so maybe
going
like
through this
alt dimension
distant alien
stuff?
Planet, in their mobile base, which was the wheel you saw at the end.
So what's the player's goal as they're progressing through the story?
So you
Looks
are
like something
a
about
space
personal
builder
space.
stranded
It's
on
you and
this
yourself.
distant planet, and your goal is to survive. And
So if it's
find a way
alternate
back
versions
home.
of yourself,
But the
is
thing
it
is, in order to do so,
people from
you
different
need to create those
timelines?
alters, as each one of them have different set of skills and character traits. So these are things necessary for your survival and finding a way back home.
So from the trailer, tonally this could be a horror, a thriller, a mystery. What should players expect?
Actually, there are bits of everything you mentioned. Like, there is this mystery as we're looking deep into the soul of the character, but what you find there can also be pretty scary. So there are those beats of psychological horror and drama, but then on top of it we have this quite thick layer of surreality. I mean,
Sorry, I'm having a
how
moment
surreal would
here
it be to
with my
one day,
controllers.
wake up next to a
If
little
shit like
different
dying.
alternative version of
Why
your
are you
very self.
dying right
Now,
now?
there's a quote that you shared with me
There we
earlier,
go.
that man cannot remake himself without suffering, for he is both the marble and the sculptor. How does this quote relate to the story?
So this quote, it relates directly to the main theme of our game. We as people, we are shaping ourselves every single day with every single decision that we are making. This process, the whole process of becoming who we are, it can be quite painful at times. But in our game, Jan, the main character, he has this unique possibility of not only shaping himself,
I'm
but
having issues
also
with my map,
reshaping
apparently.
himself numerous times
Oh my God.
with every single altar that he is creating.
Do you see this as more of a classic sci-fi story, something like a Ray Bradbury work, or is it something more contemporary?
Well, it is very classic sci-fi in a way that we are taking a relatable topic and we are using the sci-fi theme, we are using the sci-fi setting to look at it through
There we go.
magnifying lenses. But then when we're choosing the tools,
yeah, I
this
was
is
having a
very
moment,
contemporary
tracking
game,
moment.
and we're taking advantage of what video games are as a medium. So we're using tools like systematic design and nonlinearity in order to
Here we
put
go.
the players in the middle of the experience, and in the end allow them to create their own stories inside the game.
I wanted to ask a little bit about the relationship of your previous titles to the Alters, whether there's any narrative or themes or even just influence that those games had on this one.
Well, the Alters is purely 100% our game, 11-bit Studios game, and it's created in line with our meaningful entertainment philosophy. So it's a game we hope that it will make you think even after you stop playing it. This War of Mine was this first huge milestone. It paved the way for all the future titles.
I'm not familiar with any of the games that they're showing.
Level with the strong focus on the emergent narrative. And now with the Altars, we want to follow that path, but we also really want to push the boundaries even further and expand on how we approach meaningful topics inside the design of our games.
Thanks so much again to Tomasz and the whole team at 11-Bit Studios.
Gonna have to see it. Yeah, I think some gameplay would be good. It might be too early for that though.
And keep things rolling like a massive space station.
Thanks, Day9. Honestly, I need to look into getting myself cloned so I can make time to play all of these awesome games we've seen so far. But I'm also like
if you guys had the ability to clone yourselves, would you? Because I feel like, you know, if you had to like live with yourself, you'd probably get annoyed by like your own shit, right? And probably want to kill your clones.
You all have been saying about the show so far, so keep letting us know your thoughts by using #PCGamingShow on.
How long would you tolerate having like yourself multiplied in the same room with you?
Video games.
Actually not. When I hear music like this during a game trailer, I tend to like zone out. You would hate yourself more. You live with yourself every day, so no. The clone can go to work for me, but how long would they rebel? How long would they would be like, well, when are you going to go to work? Why do I have to be the one to go to work? Right? You have more than enough dealing with yourself. Outriders, yeah, they showed Outriders during the Summer Game Fest. Oh, something with an actual like traditional aesthetic. Ooh, are we like an alchemist maybe? Or a potion maker? Oh no, they showed. Didn't they show this during another presentation? Potion craft. The clone can help you, hold on. So you have a habit of splitting yourself. There's two different people inside your head, even though it's like talking to the mirror. The clone can help you out to improve yourself on doing more stuff at the same time, so it'll be better. It's been on EA for a long time? Oh, okay. Card Shark, but potions?
Sure. When TinyBuild lets you open your own medieval potion shop, you get hailed as
oh, it's by TinyBuild? Really? The neighbors? What the fuck is that game? Friendly neighbor, dev?
Violates our lease agreement.
Looks like something Vinny would play. Also, hi, Jar Mary. How you doing?
Promise you the maximum amount of games humanly possible.
Could be interesting.
Quite literally.
Dorgs? We got dorgs? A door? What? Dog twin stick shit? What? Oh, is this like a kid's battle royale or something? TinyBuild is a publisher? Oh, okay. Animal Royale. Okay. Huh. Oh, well, we got our synthwave game, whatever this is. Huh. Some kind of tactical? Tactical game? Like a grid-based tactical game, except you have a fight. Oh, okay. Actually, what the fuck was that game called? Fuck, There was a sci-fi game that uses a pixel art style that this reminded me of. That had the grid strategy. Do you guys remember? It was one that Vinny played, actually. I can't fucking remember what it was. It was a sci-fi game, though. Into the Breach, yeah. With the compact, grid-based, tactical gameplay.
Lies the Celestial Islands, a world of peace above the clouds, protected by 4 great houses.
Get card game. Did Vinny play something like this? An agent finding an isometric in white place. It might have been Into the Breach, because just the style of it kind of reminded me of it. Yeah, it's Fight in Tight Spaces. You're thinking of, oh, okay. Is that another game?
Planet Earth, our beautiful home. To protect it, we must reach out to explore.
Not familiar with it.
Our team of experts,
Or wait, was that the name of the game that they showed that looked like Into the Breach? I'm confused.
These security and defense innovations allow you to shrink any problem down to size. We surge forward.
I think Vinny hasn't played Fight in Tight Spaces. No, I don't think he has. See, what is this? Okay, so oh, it's Killing Floor. It's I'm guessing it's DLC or something for it.
And now it's time to give you an exclusive briefing on what's next for one of PC gaming's titans of modding, simulation, and scale, Arma 4. Last month, developer Bohemia Interactive kicked things off by releasing Arma Reforger on Steam in early
military
access.
game.
This global
I'm good.
prototype will be a foundation
Military
for Arma
shoot.
4.
I'm tapping out.
On Steam now, we have a ton of questions about the future of Arma. I mean, after all,
Let's see, Fight in Tight Spaces is a turn-based card game that looks gameplay-wise similar to what's shown. It definitely has Into the Breach-esque graphics, though.
Help us peer into the future for this
Oh,
project.
okay.
We've got none other than Bohemia Interactive. Thank you so much for joining us. So as of right
Okay,
now,
yeah.
Arma
Well,
Reforger has been out for
it's time to
about
play
a
as some
month.
team.
What is it that you've been learning or seeing from players?
At first, we've learned
I'm good.
players like Reforger a lot, and they appreciate the work we put into it. We also realized they like modding a lot, and they review this as a key quality of our games. And we are very pleased by the reactions of both our community and the new players who immediately started flooding internet with videos, playthroughs, and praise of our new technology. So we are very glad that the reception was so good.
So there's no doubt players who have been longtime fans of the franchise stepping into Arma Reforger, and I'm curious, what were some of the big challenges of rebuilding that specific Arma feel from the ground up in this brand new engine?
It's 3 a.m. in your time zone, your brain is melting. Oh, I'm so sorry. You're staying up that late for this.
So I myself,
hopefully there's something in here that'll interest you, though. Because,
no save games, no superficial helpers. And this fight can get very
I remember when I used to be able to stay up that late. That was like many years back, though. I just can't. I cannot do that.
25 years now.
Destroys me.
Fighting, but obviously this is part of the fun. So this always never-ending battle. I think 2 years ago we really struggled.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up because I don't remember him playing that game. You only slept for 4 hours, Cole. Get some more sleep, please.
Replicating what's maybe normal in other games, because our goal is not to make the same game as all other games. So our goal is
you want to hit the
remain
bed very soon, but you need to eat something first. Yeah. Definitely catch up on that sleep if you can.
Releases. I mean, for instance,
these things.
How much content should a player expect if, say, they've been playing Arma 3 for years?
Our goals were, of course, to restart the series.
When you hit my age, it's a lot harder to stay up later unless your like sleep schedule is totally fucked to where you sleep during the day and are up during the night. But it's hard for me to do that anymore. Like no amount of coffee can like keep me up that late anymore without like it like destroying me.
It's a massive tool suite, never tested by a large public, so it's a premiere of a tool suite, and these tools are being built for nearly 5 years now. So we really need users to start using them to keep improving and continue building it.
Sleep
Sorry
with
to
ketchup?
interrupt, but we have one quick question
But why?
from the Arma fans. Has Russia's invasion of Ukraine impacted your approach to Arma 4 and Arma Reforger, a game that depicts the Cold War?
Well, yes, because it's extremely close to us. We even live in a way very nearby, so definitely. On the other hand, we started work on this many years ago.
See, yesterday you did 7 hours and 20 minutes of streaming VR stuff. Holy shit, dude. I can't even. I can do like VR chat for a long time, but holy crap, I cannot be in VR that long, especially if like I just I don't have the stamina for that kind of stuff. So you've been dealing with the flu lately, and the pills have been wrecking your sleeping schedule. Oh, I feel you. I don't get sick that often, but it you know, when you do, it makes it hard to, you know, if you're taking medicine and stuff, it makes it hard to sleep properly.
Very complex and gritty thing. I would like us to contribute by not just entertaining people, but also educating them on the subject. This was the whole point of starting the cooperation with the International Committee of the Red Cross, and I believe we have great potential, big responsibility in this era, and a very important chance to contribute at least a little bit to the good side of things.
This would not be an interview about Arma unless we were asking about modding. I mean, so many amazing games and genres came from Arma mods, so I gotta know what's possible in Reforger that wasn't possible in the past.
Now with this technology, it's possible to create entirely different things, like entirely different games. It has so many variables, but the beauty now is that much more of it is user accessible, unlike the previous games. So people can easily digest how this is constructed in our Workbench tools. So unlike previously where it was more hard-coded in the C++ engine.
Mono can do 12 hours or 14.
Much deeper than in
Mono
previous
is an
games. So
alien.
It will be super exciting.
Now, I wanted to ask a little bit about
Mono is a living like Skeleman or whatever. I don't know how. Sphinx also streams like a really long time too, but he only streams like. I mean, it's not like he's doing anything physically intensive like being in VR, so that's fine.
Intensive rendering things can be done directly
Sphinx has streamed for a long time, like once in a while we'll stream some of those weird collections of videos that he finds. You sure he didn't just pass out for 40% of the stream? He said I think the last time he did a really long stream, he said he like passed out twice, so he sleeps while leaving on the stuff. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it's fine. I always worry when people stream that long, though. Be really careful because streaming. I mean, if you're younger and you got the stamina, that's fine. But like, when you start getting older, that stuff can really tire you out. So.
PC gaming show. Prepare to experience terror ranging from the subaqueous to the subconscious.
It's hard for me. It would be hard for me to do that because I do a bunch of other stuff during the day as well. And I got like a physical job, so it would just like streaming a lot or being in VR while streaming, it would just take it out of me. That's why I had to cut my stuff. I used to do like 6 hours, and it's too much on me anymore. I would get so exhausted in the night.
Folks at Compass Data Centers, and it could win you a $500
Sphinx usually goes to sleep while he's live.
QR code on the screen to enter.
Last year, Shiro Games debuted.
Yeah, I think Twitch actually. I thought Twitch had like a role against that, but as long as they don't find out that you do that, it's fine, right?
Up next, we'll hear what's up with Shiro's slate of projects, and stick around for the debut of 2 completely new games, Decarnation and Abyssals.
Hey everyone, thank you very much for the invitation, Mika. I'm James, and I can't wait to show you everything that we've got prepared for you today. So it's been
you can't even play a game for 2 hours most of the time. I can, if I'm not streaming and I'm playing something I really like, I can actually play Like when I was trying to finish the rest of SMT5 or whatever and pound through it, I can play games for a long ass time during the day, like really long, without, if I'm not streaming. Streaming just gets exhausting because like you're talking for one thing. That's the thing that is the most exhausting part. Oh dude, that was the Dune game, which is a strategy game. It is funny because like I think the Command and Conquer devs made a Dune game way back on PC, or at least it looks similar to Command and Conquer.
Violence and betrayal now plague the
But like I was saying, streaming, the most exhausting thing about streaming is like the actual talking. And if you're someone who's not used to talking, then it's almost like exercise for your mouth. It'll wear you out. I mean, that shit makes me hungry. I always get hungry after I'm streaming because like that's a muscle in your body you're moving for like hours, man.
Cooperative is finally
EA still dunking on Westwood corpses, yeah.
You share food, gold, and camp with your friends. But you can split up to cover more ground. Before every fight, devise the perfect strategy to overcome any threats that may stand
I tried to eat something before I streamed because this is like earlier in the day.
The co-op update,
so I'm hoping I have enough proteins.
To 4 players.
Let's see, what is time? Are we only on an hour? I think like there's another hour of this. I'm gonna do a BRB to extended break after this to get set up, switch my setup, because I'm gonna do a bunch of indie Japanese games that I downloaded that I haven't even fucking like tested yet. So it'll be like, I don't know, a vetting stream or some shit. If you guys are interested in that. Let's see, introvert for me is exhausting. Sometimes you just want to be silent.
To lay the foundations of a new life deep below the waves of this strange new planet.
But soon, we realized it was not the dream world we had hoped for.
Is this space Subnautica-esque game?
We found ourselves helpless. Lost.
Gotta do some light workout. Yeah, the adrenaline from a workout can help. If you're, especially if you're sitting around. Yeah, this is maybe a resource management game, but takes place in water. Kind of Subnautica-esque, perhaps. The guy kind of sounds like the Yick protag. I haven't heard what that dude sounds like. I know about the Yick memes, but I haven't actually like really tried to watch any of the gameplay or anything like that. This is like a weird... Is this made an RPG Maker or something? Although some of the rooms kind of have like a Yume Nikki vibe. Huh. Decarnation with lots of meat. That is a lot of meat there.
Thank you very much for sticking with us, everyone. We hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
Why does this game remind me of The Room? It might be, oh, a Game Maker. Yeah, I guess it does. I guess it depends on the engine.
You just saw why you were exactly
not only
right
that,
to be
but
afraid
when
of the
chat
ocean.
is empty,
In
you don't really have
Abyss,
anyone to
and
bounce
you
off.
confronted your
Yeah.
inner demons in the retro dream horror of decarnation.
You think you
Next
post
up,
that in the Discord?
do you
Huh.
rebuild the city in a world set after the
I
collapse
might have
of
blinded it.
civilization? Let's find out how by taking a look at I Am Future from Tiny Build.
Borb game? They actually was it the Wholesome Direct? All the game suggestions that were posted from that, there are a lot of bird games, which I like me some Borb, so maybe I can take a look at those. Yeah, we should have more, we need more bird themed games. Oh my god, is this
Hibernation time was 6 years. 6
Oh, I was about to say, do you get to play as a seagull? I am disappointed.
Your new home.
I thought this was gonna be you play as a dirty ass seagull in a post-apocalyptic world. Oh, here we go.
But damn, This place is gorgeous.
Is it Alex Yek? Does it looks like the dude? I don't know anything about that game, by the way. Someone just joked that you play as a boring millennial. It's another post-apocalyptic game. I want that fucking seagull game. Damn it. Let me play as a trash seagull. No! No! What the fuck? No! He didn't deserve it. He didn't deserve it.
Our forefathers conquered Caldaria.
Why would you do that?
And bestowed it upon us, a new generation, to share or spar.
What the?
Our great houses seek to obtain the Emperor's favor, cultivating our lands and subjects to improve and enrich the realm, beginning with ourselves, of course.
Dominance can be secured through strength, as well as delicacy.
Will you be able to build your legacy of power?
Join the great houses of Caldaria.
Let's see, all you need to know from Yek that he's a ginger hipster in the late 90s, even though hipsters don't exist yet.
It's true. They do move in herds. That was so much. The thought process is simple. God creates dinosaurs, God destroys dinosaurs, man destroys God. Man creates video games to play with dinosaurs. But just be warned that one of these trailers might come as a bit of a shock to the system.
Will we get to kill God with dinosaurs? Because that's what I want. Oh, is this the Ark? No. This would be Jurassic Park, right? Because they had another dinosaur game, and I think it was Ark. This might be another Jurassic World type game. Or park management game, perhaps. Yeah, that's what this is.
PC gamer.
Gamer.
Interfacing with computers.
PP gamer.
The very notion.
Lizard Keepers Tycoon. Yeah.
Look upon my works,
What could this be?
and weep at its magnificence. It is a beautiful day.
Let's see, just like what the director for the new Jurassic movie said about how they want to make a new Joker with dinosaurs. What? What? Oh, is this System Shock? What the fuck?
Look at you, hacker.
Wasn't there I feel like there was like information about a new System Shock being made like a long fucking time ago.
You are nothing.
Like, how long has it been since they mentioned anything about the remake?
I iterate. I fuse flesh and steel into perfection. My children.
I actually haven't played any System Shock games, and I don't know if I'm missing out, but this does look cool. System Shock 3 is dead, but at least we got an update on the remake.
These are my avenging angels.
I've always heard, like, the thing is I know about the memes. System Shock 3 is in Dev Hill. Oh, okay, so this is a remake. So the actual new System Shock, the third one, is the thing that's on ice right now, right?
What an incredible and frankly horrifying trailer. Developed by Night Dive Studio, System Shock is the return of a beloved, acclaimed sci-fi saga. Today, to take us even further inside the world of System Shock, I am thrilled to welcome the one and only Warren Spector. Thanks so much for joining us, Warren.
Hey, thanks for having me. This is going to be fun.
In terms of trying to translate the experience of a game from 1994,
Oh,
3
it's
decades
Neo.
later to now, what doesn't carry over well?
The first thing is the graphics, obviously. We did the best we could. but it was pretty primitive back then. And the other one is the user interface. If you look at when the game opened, the original, a help screen that came up, and it.
Let's see, heard the OG team was moving on after Tencent got the IPs for System Shock. Tencent, really?
It's amazing, but frankly, as I think back on it, the game actually holds up pretty well. I'm excited to see it come back.
Just wondering if you think many modern gamers are aware of the impact that System Shock has had in terms of gameplay systems, in terms of narrative structure on
Go play System Shock 2. Is it on? Sure did they re-release any of the older System Shocks to Steam?
But I think the rest of the
by the way,
is going to get the chance now to experience it, and I think they'll see not just that they're having fun playing this game.
Because I'll give them a chance if I, get the time to do it. Uh-oh. Weird Trekkie trying to die again.
How do you think about a character
there goes my body.
Showdown in 2022?
Showdown seems far too close to reality to me.
No, my trackers are on. I don't know what the fuck's going on there.
She doesn't show up as nasty a form as she did back in 1994.
Well, Warren, I wanted to thank you so much for joining us, and I want to let you know I cannot
There we go. Oh, one like index controller died in the whole body. Even though my other trackers are on, my whole body just gets all weird. They're making System Shock 2 remaster that will maybe have VR support. That would be interesting. Play it with the fan patch and updated textures, and you'll be good to go. You'll have to check that out.
First pioneers changed the harshest aspects of our world. Every generation has upheld the solemn promise of our forefathers that the rise of Titan would forever be without misery.
Also, hi, Sagzama? How you doing? Come to hang out with us. We look at the video games.
To see a war under any pretext would bring ruin.
There's already a video about it.
Any victory achieved through that deepest expression of human unreason would be as devastating as defeat. We have but a singular purpose: to establish peace and security for all mankind.
Oh shit, I'm low on MP.
Mars and Titan devastated our solar system. Lead the survivors to Demarat, where you will continue Falling Frontiers storyline campaign in orbit of an alien star.
They showed a little bit this earlier. Wasn't sure what it was. This is an incredibly boring demo. Oh shit. That's not what I meant to do. Is this like another... Oh, they showed this already. They showed this during Summer Games Fest. Was this a Battle Royale thing? I don't remember. Or a twin stick shooter. See, I think if someone were to watch all the gaming events and had to drink each time Space showed up, yeah, you'd be drunk. Your liver would be fucking dead by now. Let's see, maybe waking up at 3:30 a.m. for one game that I'm actually interested in or is worth it after all. Oh, the Space one. Okay, yeah, this is probably a battle royale. They already showed this during Summer Game Fest. So we're getting some repeats.
Make sure you're staying hydrated, replenish your potions, and most importantly, keep letting us know what games you're excited about.
Well, we have another hour, so what else could they show here?
I can't wait to play the altars. Ah, good. Now that we're all rested up, feeling good, it's time to enjoy a slice of that lovely cyberpunk life, courtesy of Nivalis, and experience the investigative horror of immortality.
You've seen no games of horror that called your attention? It's strange. I wasn't intending to watch the Microsoft thing, but the Microsoft's thing actually had games that I was interested in. So, like, I'm really interested in that the game by Koei Tecmo. So.
Do you want to tell us what we're about to see?
Well, I don't want to spoil things too much.
Huh.
Does this work as confession?
So a game that actually has like actual video. What they call those in the 90s? I completely forgot the games that would have like actual like live acted cutscenes in them. This is probably some sort of investigative FMV. Yeah, this is probably some sort of detective game that I'm seeing here. Full motion video, FMV games, yeah. So is this like a... What? I'm a little confused. Wow, they gave this game amazing graphics? Huh. Joel used to have a whole FMV Friday. Yeah, I caught some of those, but there's a lot of them out there that people haven't touched. They aren't the easiest to get running, though. Oh, okay, here's the Cyberpunk game. Cyberpunk space game? Like, well, some Cyberpunk games, like, don't quite have the space element yet.
Waiting. What do you mean you don't know where to start? Let's clean this place up. Move some chairs and tables around. We can make this place shine again.
Wait a minute. Is this like a Cyberpunk sim thing? Like a management sim?
Money. Well, then you can rent that fancy new apartment in
Huh.
So make friends.
Well, I mean, they're making Cyberpunk games of everything else, right? This is like some sort of sim thing.
Water down their drinks. I'm not your conscience.
Manage your own Cyberpunk bar. Build your own Cyberpunk city.
To make stories. Your stories. You ever look up at the clouds and wonder what's up there? Well, if you dream big enough, maybe you'll
Can I make my Cyberpunk city a fucking dump that has acid rain where people have to stay inside all the time? What is this? Nivalis?
Hi, I'm Marco. And I'm Roman. At Iron Lance, we are big fans of cyberpunk fiction and games. But we have our own
That
ideas
seems
of
to
what
be
a
apparent
cyberpunk
based
world
on your
can be.
game.
This is a game in which you manage your restaurant, bar, or nightclub.
This could actually be... I don't know if I would play it because I'm not really big into sim games, but this could be fun. So...
Nivalis primarily uses voxel art for the environment.
Let's see, there's actually an FMV game with Christopher Lloyd as a famous animator. Oh yeah. I remember, like, I don't know if I ever got a chance to get it to work, but it's a game I came across, I put it in vetting suggestions and stuff. I don't, it's probably like buried somewhere, but it's got a lot of cool stuff that happens in it.
Back in the hands of players. So with every quest you complete and every purchase you make, you're earning for the rewards you actually want. We make it easy for you to set up and start. Just sync your favorite games to your Mana account and start earning real-life rewards the next time you play. So why pay any other way? Pay with Mana. Pay with power. Mana. Game the system.
Get ready to overclock your eyeballs, because this next trailer is coming in hotter than my computer.
Overclock your eyeballs. So waiting for a Cyberpunk Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley type game, or Harvest Moon, but you play as a murderer. Well, isn't the Cult of the Lamb? The Cult of the Lamb game is more combat based, but it kind of has like a Animal Crossing Stardew Valley element to it. So like, and there is murder in that and sacrifices, so that would probably be close to what you're looking for if you want to combine some horror elements with like a game like that. Didn't they show this? They keep showing parts of this game. They showed this already earlier. I don't think they really showed much gameplay of it, but Cult of the Lamb is more roguelike. So yeah, the combat kind of remind me of Hades. There is like a village thing. I haven't played the demo, but you have like a village. So I managed a bit doing the stuff in the villages just to get you stuff to utilize for combat, I imagine. Maybe, what's with this host not people's eyeballs? Maybe he secretly has like an eyeball fetish. You know, like the people who like to... I don't know. There's probably some people out there that like to lick eyeballs or some shit. Let's see, that's the weird farmer murder game that Joel pitched. Oh, yeah. Wing actually covered that game. The whole mystery with the farmer murder game. And they sourced it back to, we call those Aeon Flux fans. I think I know what you're talking about, too. Because that was a weird fucking show. They used to show that, they used to show that on old MTV, so I caught bits and pieces of it. There was some weird stuff that happened in that show that I remember. Demon School? If you want school and demons, just play SMT or Persona, I don't know.
Transition. If you're at home, turn on all the lights in the room. Make sure the salt circle
is this like a SMT and Fire Emblem type game? Yeah, I was saying like, yeah, if you want to play that, you play SMT, but I'll keep my mind open for it. You're a fan of indie devs' take on Japanese culture. Demon School reminds me of Persona 1. Yeah, it kind of has that vibe. SMT if as well, which is like pre-Persona.
Greetings. I'm your host, Doug Bradley, and I invite you to join me as we explore Scorn's mesmerizing labyrinth of odd forms and somber tapestries. You awake in the middle of a desolate hellscape.
This is are they showing Scorned again? They showed Scorn during the Microsoft presentation. This looks really fucking cool, by the way. They had like an early alpha demo. Vin actually ended up playing it, but I may have played the demo too. But it has like the HR Giger vibe that's done really well.
Scorn has been carefully crafted with great attention to detail. Everything is focused on
everything is meat.
A specific atmosphere. From a unique organic ecosystem to an unsettling soundscape created by Ethek and Lustmord. Scorn has no dialogue, so most of the storytelling comes from the environment.
Good.
Discovering the
That's more games should be like that. That's the standard we should follow. I mean, there's nothing wrong with dialogue, but I am always a big supporter of environmental storytelling, where you have to do the work and figure shit out on your own, without the game spoon-feeding you the information. You need to examine the environment and come to your own conclusions. So that's really fucking good. Let's see, this game's been in development for more than 5 years now. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's that long, but although my memory of shit's really bad.
The team at Ebb Software can't
might have to actually play this. Looks good. So many good like meat monstrosities in this, and it's so grotesque and beautiful at the same time. Yeah, that's why I'm a fan of the Souls games too. Souls has really good environmental storytelling. With little bits and pieces that NPCs actually give you for lore, but you are responsible for piecing things together. Let's see, 5 years, that's 5 Cuphead DLC bosses worth of content. Oh yeah, apparently we found out that the new Cuphead character is baby mode, which is disappointing. Warhammer? Oh yeah, Warhammer.
In a galaxy immersed in a never-ending war. To take us further inside the Grimdark, I am joined by Tim Willits and Oliver Hollis, the creative director, on Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. First of all, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for having us.
Good to be here.
Now, Tim, I want to start with you. You previously worked at id Software on Doom. How would you say the Space Marine compares to Doom Guy?
That is a good question.
Yeah, I think this is Gangalot.
Original Doom Guy was actually a Space Marine.
It's not. See, not for me. You love baby mode. You're all about that life. Oh.
Warhammer 40,000 Space Marines. So
yeah, I don't.
It's really exciting for me to work on And Space Marine 2, you know, because it's a great franchise, and I know that it's inspired so many other video games throughout the last 25, 30 years.
I like traditional game difficulty, so
this brings us to talk a little bit about the new Space Marine that you're going to get to play, a Primaris Space Marine. Oliver, talk to us a little bit about Captain Titus and what makes this class of Space Marine different from the others in the universe.
So the Space Marine is a brainchild of the Emperor, the kind of leader of this of humanity in the grim dark future. He saw the dangers that the universe presented, and he created a super soldier from his own DNA. And each of these different factions, these different chapters, have different genetic traits of the Emperor. But what makes the Primaris different is that a guy named Belisarius Cawl, the Emperor's kind of chief scientist,
nice to actually level up for once.
in the old data and
Just
found a way
endlessly
to
running around
enhance
grinding.
the qualities that a Space Marine has by installing new devices, new kind of bio implants in their body. So now these guys are 2.5 meter tall monsters
Getting there.
capable of destroying anything in their path.
It's reminding me of the 1,000 times I have rewatched the Astartes animation.
That's amazing.
It's so exciting. It's so exciting that we
See,
now get to
Jackal, have
be
you
in
ever
that
seen the
position to play that kind of
Mechanicus
character.
from
And in the
Warhammer?
trailer,
They're not
we saw
represented
a
well
lot of
enough like other
Tyranids.
groups,
Are
but I
they
love
the
them so
main
much. I
enemy
don't
that
think
you're
I
going against?
have.
If so, what makes them such a compelling foe?
Let's see, not saying getting good is bad, but if it's easy, I ain't exactly gonna say no to free cake. Oh, okay. I get you. I get you.
Locust-like creatures. They've come in from goodness knows where. They spread like wildfire. They devour everything in their path.
Yeah.
Leave nothing in their wake.
So one of the great things about the Tyranids is they come in the thousands. And our proprietary engine,
I mean, I'm
Saber
kind of
Swarm
a
engine,
when it comes to
can
games.
deliver these epic battles. Now we will have thousands
Kind of a
of
masochist,
Tyranids,
so
and you will rip and tear through them all.
I'm okay.
That is so thrilling because this is the sort of thing
I'm okay
that
with
older
suffering.
games couldn't even hope to do. And you're talking a little bit about combat. I know that some of the previous entries were more melee focused. What's the
So no,
combat like?
there's a lot of games I'm not going to be
So the
particularly
combat
good at
in
that
Space Marine 2
I tend to
is
push
a
myself
mix
through the
of
grinder for
fingers-based
anyways.
melee combat, along with some really cool over-the-top weapons. So, you know, we
Lots of
looked
pulpage
at,
going
you know,
on
the
there.
original Space Marine game.
Lots of good pulpage.
Where, it had a lot of this push-forward combat, which has inspired many
Let's see,
other
insert
video
copy
games,
pasta.
but,
You cheated not only the game but yourself. Yeah, that from that is from PC Gamer's
really cool, powerful weapons.
thing.
So you're tearing up enemies in front of you,
When PC
blowing them
Gamer
away
used some
from,
sort of cheesy thing to beat the last boss in Sekiro. That's what that came from.
Of the 40K lore. So
I forgot what the fuck it was too. I used to know because it's something that pissed me off too. Because I played through Sekiro and suffered through a lot of bosses to learn how to get good. But like I forgot what it was. But I was like, it's something that pissed me off as well.
You find yourself kind of crouching down and looking into the ranks of Space Marines that are facing Tyranids or
let's see, they're like what happened if Elon Musk actually managed to get people to live on Mars, but also turn them into a cult militia that also supplies the government. And they praise the Omnicia, which is like a mechanical god. Sounds interesting. They also have to get rid of most of their flesh, so most of them are Darth Vaders. That actually sounds fucking interesting.
Buying the game immediately.
Even more so, when you're wielding one of those massive weapons and you're faced with 1,000 Tyranids who all want to eat you alive, and you're just letting rip.
Who needs flesh, anyways, right? Flesh is capable of getting diseased. Just replace your parts with metal or whatever. Become a robot. That's better, right?
Tim and Oliver from Saber Interactive for joining us. I can't wait. Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2 comes to PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S soon. Now,
just get synthetic
we have a
flesh.
few more surprises for you up the sleeves of our proverbial power armor. First,
which is something I actually have now. I mean, medical technology is getting pretty advanced. So synthetic flesh has the, sensors and stuff in it. So a lot of it's being developed for medical purposes, but I imagine we'll get to a point where, non-medical reasons, the synthetic flesh will be used. I don't fucking know. Oh, here we have a golden-esque game? What the fuck is this now? I kind of missed what they were saying. Let's see, my question is, how do you interface machine and metal with nerve and synapses? I'm sure there's a way to do it. They want their machine to work, they have to praise the Omnissiah. It's super fucking wacky, but you love it. Yeah, I'll have to look into it. But it's not even metal. Like, metal's kind of an old school thing to use for electronics. Like, now we use, we just use other stuff. Like silicon and everything. When it comes to machines, like, metal's kind of like the old machines. You don't have to, a machine does not have to be made of metal to be considered a machine. Now it's just like any like artificially made part,
Ryan,
you know,
this is Kathy.
a mess of parts put together to create a sort of like mechanism.
Mission Opera has only one objective.
Now here's the question. Would artificially made organs count? Could you, cause like, isn't that what some of the Reploids in Blade Runner, I think in the second movie though, a lot of them are like, their parts and stuff are artificially made. They're very meat-like, you know, not very like made of metal or anything. A lot of it's like just artificially made parts. So like you could have like an android that was like meat, I'd imagine, but still be considered like artificial. Just like you can have meat golem, they're like meat golems basically.
And I play Kathy Johansson in the out-of-this-world sci-fi epic Deliver Us Mars. Join Kathy and the crew of the Zephyr on an unmissable adventure as they journey to the Red Planet to recover technology vital to the survival of Earth. And
you still haven't seen Blade Runner 24? Oh god, you gotta see it. It's good. If you like the original Blade Runner, it does drag on a bit, but it's enjoyable enough. If you like the original, you'll like the second movie too.
To this list of games still to come, the team behind Half-Life Alyx Levitation will put their mod where their mouth is, and then it's Paradox time. Not as in us creating an actual time paradox.
Oh, like Tubi? Yeah.
Show you the latest from Victoria 3.
Well, actually, the androids from Near Automata still have mechanical parts, but they're mostly like they have synthetic flesh and everything too. So.
Valorant, CS:GO, and League of Legends players. How much has esports revenue increased since 2016?
Esports.
Compass Data Centers wants to hear your guess, and you can scan this QR code on the screen for a chance to win a $500 Razer gift card. Visit gaming.compassdatacenters.com
for Razer stuff. Oh god.
And now, back to the show.
So does that mean you could replicate a chicken and then Price said replicated chicken? Would it still have the same nutritional value as an actual chicken? Probably. Probably. But how much of like stuff in the environment from an actual chicken like would add to the nutritional value of the actual chicken compared to the synthetic chicken? So, I don't know. Is this that, oh, Stormgate. Yeah, when I saw StarCraft, I was like, what's the name of it?
With a shared vision to build a brand new real-time strategy game. Together, we've been fortunate to work on some of the greatest RTS games of all time, and now we have a chance to do it again.
So I'm guessing these are by devs that separated from Blizzard. It's the old,
glimpse of Stormgate,
because it's old StarCraft and Warcraft devs.
The universe and game that we've been creating for you. Stormgate takes place in an all-new post-apocalyptic setting where science fiction and fantasy collide. Our story begins hundreds of years in Earth's future, following the near extinction of humanity. This great calamity was caused by the Infernal Host.
Yeah, it's supposed to be I think it's the OG team.
Invaders that are hell-bent on claiming this planet as their own.
It's the $500 Razer card. That's like a drop in the bucket for Razer PC building. Yeah, you get what you can afford.
Solo or cooperatively.
What can you afford with that? A batter, like a power source or something for the computer?
In addition to campaign missions, we're building
memory,
a world-class competitive experience with
not even a good, I don't know, probably not even a GPU. Apparently an egg yolk's color is tied to the chicken's diet. If there's a lot of bug protein in a chicken's diet, the yolks end up more orange. Huh, that's an interesting fact.
Collect rewards and customize your forces.
I think Vinny played StarCraft with some lads. Yeah, did he play the OG? I can't remember. Did he play StarCraft 2 or like the original? Because there are people who play, and I know this from because my husband is a big absolutely no NFTs. They need to let you know. Absolutely no NFTs. It is gluten free, NFT free. You can be guaranteed.
You happen to know that I'm a huge fan of real-time strategy games. StarCraft is my favorite game.
But yeah, my husband's a big StarCraft fan. He actually played StarCraft 1. He played StarCraft 1 like custom maps until StarCraft 2 came out.
Literally my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, now games. Here's the thing. Here's the new thing for games. They're gonna come out with stuff that says NFT free on their labels.
Is the CEO and production director at Frost Giant.
No MSG in your video games, yeah.
I want to know about the world. I want to know
cruelty-free video games.
All right, this is our first
I guess technically, yeah, because you know NFTs, the generation of NFTs affect the environment. So no NFTs would be like saying your game is cruelty-free, right? Something like that. That's why you never build a PC too expensive. Yeah, it's a chunk of change. Like I even updated parts. Like the past year, I had to finally upgrade my motherboard.
Different ways to play in some ways, but
I had to get an SSD, new power supply, new memory cards. That shit cost me a good chunk of change. It really did. So it's not cheap to upgrade your PC. Never played StarCraft, but you read way too much of its lore. Yeah, StarCraft has some really fucking interesting lore. Especially with the Zerg. The Zerg kind of remind me of Metroids mixed with Alien in a way because of their ability to like assemble and corrupt other organisms and spread across like a planet. I found the Zerglings like really cool. So as I wished, I knew about the whole StarCraft Ghost thing and everything. It kind of like, I would have been, I'm not big into RTSs and I just kind of find them hard to play. But I would have liked, it would have been really neat if they had made like a non-RTS game for StarCraft featuring the lore because it's really good, but it's just, yeah, there's also there's some Metroid-esque elements in the lore of StarCraft that I like, so, and also the Protoss. The Protoss are really cool as well, and then StarCraft 2 had the whole Protoss Zergling hybrids that they were trying to create. There's also the whole shit with Kerrigan, so it's really fascinating stuff. So,
but even that first cinematic
let's see, StarCraft is in the start is actually supposed to be a Warhammer game, hence why there's a Space Marine. Yeah, that is interesting. I never thought about that. The Space Marines in the Terrans in StarCraft do have that Warhammer look, the big chonking spacesuits and everything. Hence why there's a Space Marines that look like that in the game, so you don't know how they put up with the lore. Huh.
Been focused on what are things
the other way around,
especially around the gameplay experience. And one of those things is more seamless integration with esports.
Well, I guess
being able to sign up.
I don't know how much StarCraft's DNA is going to be in this Stormgate game,
players, even if you're not like
because it's not purely a sci-fi game. It's got fantasy elements, so it kind of looks weirdly Diablo-esque in a way.
So we want to facilitate esports all the way.
I mean, if you want any, I mean, Heroes of the Storm is the only other thing where they added some StarCraft stuff in it, like characters, but that's all you get. Like after StarCraft 2, you'd have to play like Heroes of the Storm if you're even into that. If you want like some StarCraft content, but poor StarCraft, though.
Came out of the modding community. and the team as a whole is very
Yeah,
passionate about it.
my husband
From the
plays.
outset, we
I think he still
started
plays it.
applying resources
Well,
to
I think
build
when he gets tired of like playing all the other games he
there's a
usually
lot of
plays, he kind of defaults to Heroes of the Storm because he has like a group. He has like friends that he plays it with and everything, or he'll play with randos, and then I get to hear him yell at randos in Heroes of the Storm. So.
and we're absolutely working on it.
See, it was rumored that StarCraft was a Warhammer 40k game with the copyright filed off, but I don't know how true that actually is. It's pretty fascinating if that was the case.
We already have a site stood up at PlayStormgate.com.
Couldn't play it with your laptop anymore, it gets too hot. Yeah, because with RTS games, you have to, even though they're like top down, because of the amount of like objects that they generate that the game has to render, those games, RTS games, get fucking like insane with the amount of like units that they generate. So and I've seen, like, when my husband's playing, was it StarCraft 2? It might have been Heroes of the Storm, but one of those things where, and he plays other ones too, where they generate like just so many objects on the screen at the same time that it actually it causes things to lag. So see, the version you heard was that Blizzard was outright making a Warhammer 40k adaptation but ran away with the IP. But you think that one got debunked, that might still be true on some level. Most of your in real life friends are huge MOBA fans, but you can't get into it. Yeah, I'm not really into MOBAs either. They're also the thing is like one session. If you play like a MOBA or an RTS like that, those things can go, like one session that could go for like hours. Like 1 or 2 hours. Like one single session of getting into that could take a long time. So it's like the problem is because it's like real time. It's happening in real time. You're playing with other people. You can't pause. You can't just like pause the game and get up to do anything else. You have to sit. You have to stay for that entire session and play it. Otherwise, you know the game's gonna it's not gonna be good for you. So it's just. Yeah. You can deal with RTS games just fine. Let's see, StarCraft session can last 2 minutes or 4 hours. Yeah. Depending on how the game goes. That's why it isn't the case anymore, but it can be trying if you have someone that's like a partner or something that is super into playing like MOBAs or RTSs because of that fact. It's something you have to accept. It's if you have someone that you know that you live with that plays those games, and you know that those sessions can go for hours, it's hard. You got to make sure that it happens when you don't need them for anything, right? It can be difficult. That's why, if like I have plans for a day, and I know that my husband's been playing, like actively playing like an RTS or something, I'll be like, hey, don't play this. But wait to play this because I know how long those sessions go. So I know you get caught up in like 1 or 2 hours of that stuff. So. So you try Pokemon Unite for a bit, but destroyed your self-esteem, your blood pressure, and your Switch Lite all at once. Pokemon Unite, is that the mobile Pokemon strategy game? Heroes of the Storm was made to have very fast games, that was why you were drawn to it. Popular game right now is Pokemon Unite and only has max 10-minute matches. Yeah, shorter sessions are good. World premiere. You're playing it right now. Don't mind playing bot matches, even though they're a bit easy.
To the noise of history.
So you try playing Company of Heroes 2 because of your brother, but the game kicks your ass so hard that you never bothered to try it again. They showed a little bit of this before. Okay, here's the thing. This is gonna be a railroad.
Calling out for revolution.
Is this gonna be a railroad simulator?
We simulate this era. 100 years, starting in 1836.
They have
put you in charge of a young society.
Oh, so this is gonna be more than just railroads, I
You
think.
will meet the people back then, high and low, over
Yeah,
cultures
thanks for
across the
tuning in,
globe.
Cole. Have a good, get some
They
sleep,
are the beating
and have a good
hearts of
one.
your nation, and form powerful groups with needs and desires.
I don't did you send me a DM? Because I don't remember. I forget.
What is proven and stable.
Because I get pretty busy, so sometimes I forget, so you'll have to remind me again.
But your economy, how far you'll come. Taxes, production, trade, and construction. Play these cards right, and you can harness the industrial
When the show
revolution
ends,
to
we
turn
still
your
have
cities into titans.
20 minutes.
This is
It's
the
4
engine
a.m.
you will need on the
You
global
really, like,
stage.
honestly, you should try just go to sleep, because I don't think there's gonna be anything else major. They've already shot their load, I think, with whatever else earlier in this show. So
But you can decide when push.
yeah, it's about 20. Looks like every Civ sim. Yeah.
Here you write the stories.
I guess there are different developers making games like this. I mean, there's so many games like this that you could play, so you're into far too deep.
Society be like. What is the sound that will
You know
echo
what's
over
you know what games are fun?
noise of time?
You know games like Tropico where you're like managing fucking what was it, Cuba or so? Well, it's based on like Cuba or some other islands with like a dictatorship, so you can like you're a dictator, like you like intentionally can fuck with your like the people that you're managing on an island and like destroy shit if you want. See, you think there's any chance for a Nintendo Direct? I don't know, because like it seemed like Nintendo was just I haven't paid attention to it, but it seemed like Nintendo was just tweeting like news about stuff, and like they haven't announced. And don't they? How soon do they announce their directs? Like 2 days before or something? Like, what are the chances they're gonna drop a direct like the day of that it happens? I don't know. Oh, Boomer Shooters. Is this the Boomer Shooter reel? There's some good stuff in here. I think I've actually played demos of too. Ultra Kill. I still need to I played the demo of Ultra Kill, but I haven't like played the full game yet. Yeah, it's all Faith in that. Yeah, Faith 3. There's a demo. I think there's like an early demo for Faith 3. Fallen Aces I played the demo of. It's really good. It's really fun. New Dusk or HD Dusk. I've said before I'm not good at boomer shooters, but I still like to play them. Okay, that was the New Blood. Is this the dude that like tweets? I think I followed this dude's Twitter. He tweets some like funny shit.
Ultra Kill Act 2, Faith, Fallen Aces, and a brand new update for Dusk that's bringing all new
His Twitter's actually kind of funny because he doesn't give a shit.
So we're doing it anyway.
So he just kind of tweets whatever he wants. There is an actual New Blood Twitter for like their dev stuff, but like he's one of the devs, and I follow his Twitter and yeah, it's
we're still working on a
good.
Fallout style RPG, my dream game, and yes,
oh
we're
nice,
still working on a car combat game.
Classic style Fallout.
What I want to talk about is Gloomwood. Now, 2 years ago, y'all straight up forgot to show the Gloomwood trailer. Last year, you bumped me, so Gabe.
Oh, that's right. He was the dude. Oh, that's right. He's the dude that flipped off.
You promised we would get to show Gloomwood.
I remember seeing him, and then I think the thing is that's why I actually followed his Twitter after that. Because I was like, who the fuck is this? And then
PC Gamer, you see this puppy? I will drown this puppy. I will. If you don't let us show Gloomwood, I am going to drown this adorable. I would never do that. Hi, I love you. So yeah, we good?
They have one of their games they're working on a VR version too that I'm interested in. I think it might be a medieval.
All right. It's about time.
Good. Yeah, I like New Blood stuff that they develop. Gloomwood looks really good too. I don't know if this is new. I imagine this is gonna be new game footage for this.
Hello, Doctor. I had hoped for us to meet at my estate. No matter. I can guarantee your safe arrival. A promise few others here can make. The townsfolk are not fond of outsiders.
Ooh, monster dork.
Don't delay.
I'm gonna go ahead and save my progress here. So this presentation's probably gonna be over very soon. Is this the Thief-esque game that Benny played a while ago? Did they have a demo for this at all? Because I don't remember. I thought this was more like Dusk in a way, but Dusk with more stealth. It says Thief with guns though, so maybe it is more like Thief.
There's only one thing I like more than playing New Bloods games, and that's probably the URLs they make for them. It wouldn't be a PC gaming show without the silliest, most ridiculous website names in human history.
But
Which is why I'm
yeah,
delighted to share that next we have a group of such games that run the gamut from medieval mayhem to an adorable animal fight club. And our first rule, we absolutely plan to talk about it.
Corrupted what? Why is it always doing this just when I need to showcase the game? Okay, I'm gonna take that. Have you tried turning it off and on again? Yes, I have.
The update to System 10.1.1 will provide a clean sorting of all your files and ensure that situations like
Is this a game or is this part of the presentation?
Nobody's updating me. That's the thing. Nope. Haha. Thank you, but we'll pass. Okay, so I do have a backup of the trailer. While I go rummage into the bin for it, please.
Okay, I guess
welcome
this
my
is
personal assistant.
part of the
Great job
presentation.
at pitching the game for you.
More meta humor.
Talk about how cool I am in the story and how funny and witty. You know, just talk about me.
Oh. Gonna have to take an extended break after this. I gotta get up and stretch.
Ladies and gentlemen, the trailer.
Well, what do you got for us? Is
You
the
had the amazing idea
this is
to
probably
save the
going to
trailer
be
back in
the ending trailer, I think.
Do we have any ants working for us?
Backfire? What? What was that? What was the trailer?
The survival of thy noble family depends on their ability to rule the city, to fight.
Another
with
historical.
valor,
Why does this look
and
like
to learn. Oh, if
What's the game that Ben played? I can't remember the fucking name of it. The colony management thing. Oh, they're doing the dirty in bed. Sex confirmed. No, not FTL. The one that he played for a while that he kept coming back to. Why can't I remember the fucking name of it? It produced a lot of good memes. RimWorld. Yeah. There's something about this that reminds me of RimWorld in a way. Ye old RimWorlds.
I don't know what you're up to.
Uh-oh.
But back off.
That art style. Is this the not My Little Pony fire? What? Yes, the art style. Okay, this is someone who's trying to make an art style very similar to MLP. Let's see, Lauren Foss did the concepts of this. Oh, okay, that explains it. For a minute, I was worried because I was like, man, this Deb is trying to make characters that look like the season 4. Okay, so this literally is like MLP-esque fighter with wacky. Let's see, them's fighting herds. Didn't expect to see something like that today. Is this another Stardew Valley-esque thing where you're managing the environment top down? There's so many games like this. It was an NLP fan game that got C&D'd. But aren't they okay? But are the people that are involved in MLP like involved in it? If Lauren Faust, someone said Lauren Faust was involved in it, so did the MLP fan game get C&D'd and then did they take it over and just kind of make it not MLP? Because Hasbro owns MLP? Huh. That explains why they didn't have any of the actual characters in it then. And it was just characters that looked similar, but...
DLC for Core Keeper, the sandbox survival sim from Fireshine Games and Pugstorm. The Sunken Sea biome update is available on June 15th for all Core Keeper players. Now we have even more twists and turns and trailers, so
got 10 minutes.
Did you press it? I'm gonna go ahead and zoom.
Faust helped redesign the characters after she left the show. Oh, that's right. When did she... She didn't stick around for all of the seasons of Gen 4, did she? It was like... She left it like... Was it like season 3 or something that she left? Because when she helped writing it, and then like there was just there was some other dudes that were like writing for the show after she left.
The nobles hid behind the safety of their walls and did nothing when raiders pillaged the outskirts of the city.
She left after season 1, huh?
And so, some of us decided that it was time to leave. That we'd rather take our chances in the wilderness, seeking the promise of a new land, than starve to death.
Still think it's funny that in the MLP comics that Pinkie Pie canonically has a child with Weird Al's pony character. Does she? What? But didn't fans... God, I'm gonna expose myself here. Okay. I may have watched... now here's the thing. That came out... It was popular in like the early 2000s, okay? So don't shame me for this, but I do know... I do know Gen 4 MLP stuff, okay, so don't shame me for it. But I do remember the Weird Al. They made, the thing is they made ponies of like celebrities. They had stuff from like The Big Lebowski and like shit like Weird Al and everything that they made characters from. No shame, you were the same. Yeah, thing is, this, you know, I grew up in the 80s, in the 90s, so like when I was a little kid, I was into like the old retro MLP, so I don't have a Clop Soda, so you don't have to worry about that. There's a Walter White pony, like canonically, because like they made
the plants we grow, the air we
I feel bad even talking about this during a game presentation, because someone's gonna be like, oh, Jackal's being cringe.
For too long, we have wandered without purpose. From now on, our city will be a source of hope.
Also got into the hype with season 1, then left when we realized there was no more Lauren Faust. I watched like up to 3? Because it actually got like the writers involved. I forgot who was involved in the writing, but it got weird. Like they pulled some weird stuff with the show.
We must explore it.
That was actually kind of interesting, so I don't know.
Knowledge that bind all the elements together.
Is this another sim game?
Survival,
To build our city. To live happily.
Well, if you like management sims, you've got your options. I guess that's the thing. You've got like an endless amount of different, like a variety of games to choose from if you're into those kind of games. Yeah, this is another space game, speaking of.
Take it from me. This place wants you dead.
I think they showed a tiny speck of this earlier.
Learn the lay of the land. How to use Icarus to our advantage. Our friends at the UDA are offering up a slice, a whole new terrain. If you learn, build, and survive, maybe, just maybe, there's a future here. Think you got what it
Yeah,
takes?
don't drinking alcohol in the morning, especially if you haven't eaten anything. Because you don't want to drink alcohol on an empty stomach. That's a very bad idea. It's space games or dinosaurs in a game. Icarus Stikes map. I don't know what this is.
In the rich
Okay, so we have 5 minutes left. I imagine they're showing one more trailer. What's it gonna be? Is it gonna be space game? What's the bets here?
Started as PC gaming mods. Right now, modders Sean FMP1 Snelling and Corey Latto are making something incredibly special in the form of an ambitious mod for Half-Life Alyx. It's called Levitation.
Oh, they actually gonna show. Are they gonna actually show Half-Life Alyx stuff?
Valve's original VR game, Half-Life Alyx. With Alyx searching for a pair of rebels gone rogue, they've discovered a strange floating building in Sector X and decided to investigate it. Against orders, obviously. And now it's your turn.
Hi Hexen, I have no fucking idea.
Gordon, G-Man, and Alex,
there was probably some stuff earlier, but I completely forgot because this presentation has been going on. There's good boomer shooters, so if you're into boomer shooters, there's a lot. They showed more Scorned. I can't fucking remember anything else. So unless you like space horror or management sims or boomer shooters, then I don't know. They had that Solstice game in the beginning looked interesting. Oh yeah, Demon Skull, which I need to look into. Oh yeah, the clone, that's right. There was the game with the multiple selves, like where you had you were in some weird thing that was like going across either a planet or no, I think you were out in space. That's right. You're in this like thing that's like spinning around and you're with a bunch of like multiple versions, like alternate versions of yourself. That game is actually, well, I say game, but we haven't seen the actual game footage, so they just showed the CG stuff for it. Let's see, Demon Skull looks more like Persona 2 with the isometric and pixel art characters in the overworld.
Alex, I'm detecting an incredibly large energy signature up ahead. It's probably Gordon Freeman, and not anything bad
Can't
at all.
hear this dude's voice without thinking of the fucking meme because of Benny. Alex, the code, you know, because he kept doing that, so I can't listen to this dude's like voice without thinking of that.
Okay, so the plan is to get to that control room and get Gordon.
The code. Oh, there he is. There he is. You're just watching. That sentence you just wrote, Phoenix, I'm not gonna read it out loud because it involves too many words that I want to put. Yeah, doing that, I was kind of worried there. Closing it off with Half-Life Alyx is a good idea. Did they mention, I may have missed, there's some really good fucking mods for Half-Life Alyx, though, that people have been working on. I didn't expect a mod, I guess, I don't know who made this mod. Did they mention who made the mod, but I didn't expect to see the Half-Life Alyx mod in the show. Corey Lado? Okay. See a great source filmmaker artist on YouTube. Yeah, one shot, like, not wasting a lot of shots. Toured it. Oh my god, what is that?
Oh, nice.
But how would you have known that someone put a gun in there? Because those things, the thing is like, those things go a lot further down. You were hoping to find an omen there? Was it filled with concrete? Because, you know, if you've been inside a porta potty, you know that they go deep down. So, realistically, you'd be shoving your hand deep in the abyss of stink to get that gun. Or mechanism. There's a lot. It's in a construction area, though, so maybe there was, like, concrete in it or something. They didn't want to pull a Silent Hill 2 reaching into the toilet to get something important. Are they showing a little too much of this, though, you think? Like, because this person is, like, playing through a lot. Like, they're showing a lot of it here. You think maybe they should have shown just a bit of it and then allow people to acquire the mod and play it for themselves? I think we're overthinking a nice little visual gag. Yeah, my mind goes those places, though.
3 cells left. Oh boy.
Maybe the mod is more extensive than we think. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yep, they ended it there. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Oh, they have the Twitter and everything for the person as well.
Well, folks, this is the end.
Oh,
We've learned a lot
boy.
today about ourselves, about computers, about
Well, that was a show.
Space Marines.
I think it was much better than Summer Games Fest, at least. Whoa. Someone has, I don't know if you guys heard that, but someone was driving by with a really loud fucking car.
All over the world, and we wanted to thank everyone who tuned in to watch the show.
Yeah, go to sleep, Zelix, please.
And of course, all of the partners for their help in the PC gaming show.
A lot better than Summer Games Fest, at least. There was a lot more interesting things. It wasn't just space. There were actually other things in there, so that were interesting. So I'd say that was your car, Lockdown. Yeah, I'm like, I'm streaming while I'm sitting on my futon with my VR headset. So I have an open window like over this in this direction, and so I can hear vehicles and stuff.
This is the official PC Gaming Show 2022 pre-show. It's the live show.
Pre-show.
The pre-recorded show. Go to the start.
The pre before the pre. Okay. So this is the end of the show. I'm gonna take I need to take an extended BRB and do a different setup, and then we'll do. If you want to stick around while I. Oh, they were mentioning Demon School. While I get like a different setup, because I don't want to stream video games and try, especially ones that might require mouse and keyboard and whatever else, and ones that could possibly crash my PC because I haven't checked them yet. But I don't want to do that while I'm in the VR headset. So I'm gonna the pre-cum show. I'm gonna BRB for like, it may take 5 minutes. And like, you know, if some of you were like, some of you want to still stick around, please like go take a bathroom break or eat or something like that while I'm trying to get set up. So let me BRB for a little while, get a different setup, and I'll be back with some weird Japanese games that I downloaded from a fuck ton of websites. So we were talking Persona in Desert's chat, and later you want to bounce a few opinions off you. Yeah, probably later after I'm done streaming, if that's cool. So, all right, I'm gonna tap out of this. I'll see you guys in a little while.
It's countdown.